I created a complete 2D animated video in under 15 minutes using AI, and the best part is that I didn't draw a single frame or use any advanced editing skills. Everything was done with simple AI tools. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact process I used to turn a basic idea into a finished animation from start to finish. The first step is choosing the visual style you want your animation to have. To do that, collect around 3 to 5 reference images that match the look you're aiming for. These can be screenshots from an animated movie, TV show, short film, or any video with the style you like. Spend a little time selecting good examples because the quality of your references has a huge impact on the final result. The more consistent and clear the images are, the easier it is for the AI to understand the style you're trying to recreate. For this project, I selected 3 images from one of my favorite animated series. Once you have your references ready, the next step is to combine them into a single mood board. To do that, I used Higgsfield, an all-in-one AI platform that includes everything needed for this workflow. If you want to follow the same process, you can use the platform or any similar tool that supports image generation. After opening the image generation section, I selected GPT Image 2 as my model because it produces excellent visual results. Higgsfield also offers access to several other popular models, including Nano Banana Pro, Seedream, and more, so you can experiment and choose the one you prefer. Next, I changed the quality setting to high. This is important because the quality option isn't the same as image resolution. Instead, it allows the AI to spend more time processing your request and generating a more detailed result. In most cases, higher quality leads to better outputs, so it's worth enabling. After that, I set the image resolution to 4K to make sure everything looked sharp and detailed. Once the settings were ready, I uploaded my 3 reference images using the upload button. Before generating anything, though, the AI needs instructions. This is where the prompt comes in. The prompt tells the model exactly what you want it to do with the images you've provided. After writing a simple prompt describing the task, I clicked Generate. A few moments later, the AI returned a polished mood board that combined the visual elements from all 3 images into one consistent style reference. This mood board becomes the foundation for the rest of the project because it helps maintain a consistent look across every scene we create later. Now that the visual style was locked in, it was time to build the story. A lot of people make the mistake of jumping straight into image generation without planning the narrative first. Instead of working from a vague idea, I wanted a complete story structure that could guide the entire animation. Rather than writing it manually, I used Claude, although you can use ChatGPT or any other AI assistant. I opened a new chat and pasted in a custom prompt template. The only thing I needed to change was a single section where I entered my story idea. Everything else was already set up to guide the AI through the process. The prompt instructed the AI to take my concept and expand it into a full story. More importantly, it asked for the story to be divided into 3 clear sections: the setup, where the audience is introduced to the situation, the action, where the main events unfold, and the ending, which provides a satisfying conclusion. This structure works incredibly well because it mirrors the storytelling framework used in many successful animated films. It keeps the story easy to follow while making sure each scene has a clear purpose. I also included another important instruction in the prompt. I asked the AI to provide detailed visual descriptions for every part of the story. This means that instead of simply telling me what happens, it also describes how each scene should look on screen. Those visual details become extremely useful later because they give the image generation tools clear directions to work from. After submitting the prompt, Claude quickly generated a complete story with scene-by-scene descriptions. In less than 2 minutes, I had both a structured narrative and detailed visual guidance ready to go. At that point, the hard part was already done. I had a defined art style, a finished story, and all the information needed to start generating animation scenes with AI. Now that we have our story ready, it's time to start creating the characters. In my version of the animation, the story follows a young adventurer searching for a legendary crystal hidden deep inside an ancient jungle temple. The first scene shows him studying an old treasure map at the entrance of the ruins. In the second scene, he accidentally triggers a trap and has to escape a collapsing corridor. In the final scene, he reaches the top of the temple and discovers the glowing crystal. With the story planned out, we can move on to building the characters that will bring everything to life. I'll head back into Higgsfield and open the image generation section. Just like before, I'll keep GPT Image 2 selected and leave the settings on high quality. This time, I'll upload 2 images. The first is the mood board we created earlier, and the second is a photo of myself because I want the main character to be based on me. One of the coolest things about this workflow is that you can turn real people into animated characters while keeping the exact art style you selected. Instead of generating a single image of the character, I want to make sure the AI understands how the character looks from different angles. To do that, I'll ask it to create a character sheet with 3 panels: a front view, a side view, and a close-up of the face. This gives the AI much more information and helps keep the character consistent throughout the animation. After entering the prompt and clicking Generate, the AI creates a detailed animated version of me that perfectly matches the style from the mood board. Next, I need a second character. Since I don't have a real photo for this one, I'll simply upload the mood board and describe the character in text. I want a smart archaeologist who helps solve puzzles inside the temple. After generating the image, the result looks exactly how I imagined. The character fits the style perfectly and feels like a natural addition to the story. I'll save her as Maya. For the third character, I want something that creates tension in the story. Instead of a security guard, I'll create an ancient stone guardian that protects the temple. Using the mood board as a reference, I'll describe a large stone warrior covered in glowing symbols. After generating the image, the AI creates a character that looks powerful and intimidating while still matching the overall animation style. With the characters complete, we can move on to creating the locations. The process is very similar, but this time we only need a single image for each environment. The first location is the entrance to the jungle temple. I'll upload the mood board and use a prompt describing ancient stone ruins surrounded by vines and tropical plants. The result looks exactly like something from an adventure movie and sets the tone for the story perfectly. The second location is the temple corridor where the trap sequence takes place. Using the same process, I'll describe a narrow hallway filled with ancient carvings and flickering torches. The generated image creates the perfect atmosphere for the action scene. For the final location, I need the temple's highest platform where the crystal is hidden. I'll describe a massive stone structure above the jungle with a glowing crystal resting on a pedestal in the center. The result looks dramatic and gives the ending scene a real sense of reward and discovery. Before moving to video generation, there's one more asset I want to create. Throughout the story, the main character carries an old treasure map. Since this object appears multiple times, it's worth creating a separate reference sheet for it. Just like we did with the characters, I'll generate multiple views so the AI understands exactly how it should look in every scene. Now it's time to animate everything. I'll switch to the video section and select Seedance 2.0. To generate the first scene, I'll upload the mood board, the explorer character, Maya, and the temple entrance location. One important thing to remember is that we want the animation to feel hand-drawn rather than overly smooth. That's why I'll specify 12 frames per second instead of the higher frame rates AI often uses by default. I also like breaking each scene into time-stamped actions. This gives the AI clear instructions and helps create more natural storytelling. In the first scene, the explorer and Maya arrive at the temple entrance and examine the treasure map together. The generated clip looks surprisingly polished, with smooth camera movement and strong visual consistency. For the second scene, I'll upload the temple corridor and describe the trap being activated. Stones begin falling from the ceiling while the characters rush through the hallway. The AI does a great job of creating tension and keeping the action exciting. For the final scene, I'll use the temple platform location and describe the explorer discovering the glowing crystal. The camera slowly moves closer as sunlight shines through the clouds and illuminates the treasure. The result feels cinematic and gives the story a satisfying ending. Once all the scenes are finished, I'll import them into CapCut, arrange them in order, trim any unnecessary frames, and add background music to match the adventure theme. After exporting the project in 1080p, the final animation is complete. What's most impressive is that the entire process requires no drawing skills, no advanced animation experience, and only a few AI tools. In a short amount of time, we've gone from a simple idea to a complete animated story. And that's how you can create a complete 2D animated video with AI in less than 15 minutes, without drawing, without animation experience, and without expensive software. Using tools like Higgsfield, Claude, GPT Image 2, Seedance, and CapCut, you can turn a simple idea into a professional AI-generated animated story faster than ever before. Make sure to subscribe because I share new tutorials every week showing the latest AI tools and workflows that can save you hours of work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.